Hello and welcome back to Bull Bear Trader. In this video we will go through max 7 stocks and I will start with Apple. So Apple, as you can see here, I expected to bounce off of the low here, support here, and then come back. I expected to go to 265, but you can see it went to 261 and already coming down, and right now at the support again, and you can see it keep banging on the support. It will break, and if it does, instead of right now at 252 at the support, it actually can come down all the way here at 245. All right, let me take out all the arrows here. Okay, so right now 265 will be the resistance. Okay, so these are done already. Now we got this trend line here. The trend already changed and confirmed. It keeps going down. You can see the lower high and the lower low. Okay, so what I see here is a bear flag. So most likely it will take us to 245 next. And after that, I expect it to come up at least to this level again at 260, 261. Okay. So let me see. 245. Okay, so this is one path for Apple. Next, another one is it could be let's say tomorrow it will gap down to 252 to hit this level, right? Like this. Let me zoom in a little bit. It may come down or gap down, and then it will bounce up to maybe 265. So that level is actually still valid for now. So you can see because it has been coming down a lot, it won't go down a straight line. So most likely we might see it come down tomorrow, closing this gap, and then bounce. Okay. So that is the second, and after that it will come down, probably here again. But that is the second path that I'm seeing for Apple. That path I see is about 40%, but most likely it will come down a little bit more and then bounce. It can happen in a day or two. So right now, anything can happen, but if it does hit 245, I believe I will buy for the bounce. Next is Amazon. So Amazon, I thought it would be a little bit better last week, but actually is not doing that well. But it actually it bounced a little bit on the first day, on Monday, and then gap lower. You see this reversal signal and then come down. It did not hit my target at 234, but it went down to 236 on those 3 days. And you can see that it's actually bouncing off a little bit. And this is a good signal, but we might see it coming down on tomorrow morning and maybe it will bounce next, something like this, and trying to test this again. You can see this is the channel still there. Okay, so normally when it breaks out, it will try to come back and test before bouncing again, or it can come down more and test at least this low at 220. So these are the level I'm watching right now, but more likely I see a bounce here at 230, 232 for Amazon. Let me see. Let me take this out. Look like I will have to change the short-term trend a little bit. So right now we have the trend is a little bit different now for a very short term. Well, you can see this, right? If I like this, for example, you can see that low, low, and low. And so tomorrow, if it come down to 2, or maybe this week come down to hit around this area, most likely we have a bounce. So I don't know, I might buy for that bounce as well, because in a way for Max 7, Amazon is one that did not perform that well this past year. All right, Google, well, you can see that I expected to come up a little bit, right, to this support level long term here. It almost hit, but not quite before it pulled back. I expected a pullback after it hit. So like Amazon, most likely it will come down here and then come lower. But you can see this is the another support here where it can bounce from this point. Okay, so maybe let me adjust a little bit, something like this for Amazon, for Alphabet, and this time it might come up to maybe 360. So that will be the next high for Alphabet, Google. But there is also a chance of it coming down to test this. It really depends on how the rest of the market does. But I think most likely we'll see 305, 306 tests than this before a bounce. Like that. Okay. Some of these picture, when I post it, people might get confused why there's so many arrows, but that's just how it is. We are just guessing the path based on the chart. All I know is I'm keeping these lines because they are still important for the chart. All right, next we have META. So META, if you watch my previous videos, like maybe a couple months back, you know what I bought here and I saw around 630 something. Okay, and then it hit here, and then I thought that this is the cup handle, it will come back into the channel. It did a little bit, but then it broke down. And then maybe last month or so, I say most likely it will come back and hit this purple line, and this is the low way back from November of 22. That is a long time. So that is really, really important. Now, it barely hit, and then it come up a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow it will most likely to hit this purple line. So let's say maybe 610. Okay, so let's say 610 will be the level, and then after that it should bounce, and maybe it will come back to 653. Okay, and 654. Yeah, 654. So that is, I'm thinking that will be another bounce for Meta. What if it break this time after this? The next level I'm seeing is this last low, 582, and then after that is 485. So we have, no, actually right here from this high. Okay, so can be a lot of things going on, but we're just watching the level. For now, this will be the one that we need to watch. Okay, so I will take this out for now. And then something like this. Okay, so you can see these lines intersect around 609, 610. So I believe that's where we will have a bounce. Just more chance. Microsoft is another one that that actually weak. Last time I say, oh look, this is a bear flag. Most likely we're gonna come down and hit 455, and it might come down even more to hit 424 and 396. So for now, this will be the next level, but in my opinion, tomorrow it can come down to probably, let's say, right here at 460, 454, or even 448. After that, I think there will have a bounce at least to 469 before it's going further down. But there's also a chance of it coming back to test this line right here, right? No, actually, more like this line. So 473. Okay? Let's say, yeah, something like this. So 470, 473. It will come back and bounce before it can even go lower. So for Meta, it is getting weaker as the charts show, because it's most likely forming an M pattern. You can see from here, right? But for the M pattern, it will need to complete to all the way to 424, 423, 25. So we will see if it's gonna go there or not. All right, for nvda is actually did pretty well last week and came up a little bit. Sorry. The only problem is that you can see the past couple days it couldn't get past to the level 190. And the chart, let me see if I look at the short term. Okay. Yeah, there's still a chance of it bounce off this and go to 195, 196, or all the way to here at 199. Okay. Because you can see this is actually a bull flag right here. So the chance of it coming up is I would say about 60%. I would say 55, but because the bull flag it got 5%, so that's why it's 60. 40%, it will come down to here to test 174, 175. Okay, and when it's breakdown, it can go wait. Okay. When it's breakdown, it can go as low as 164, and most likely will bounce off this low. But we will see. We'll see how it goes. But I do see if I think it might even come up to test one more time. If it does, it will basically change the trend into a bullish and create a higher high. We got a higher low here compared to here, but then we need another higher high to change the direction of the trend. Next we have Tesla. Well, Tesla, we have a bear flag here. Okay, and I predicted to bounce from Friday, right? It bounced a little bit to 460. Looked like it went up only to 452 and then already pulled back. And then Friday, you can see another reversal candle here. So right now it's kind of pretty weak. It's right at the support line. So if it breaks, it can come down all the way here at least 490 to test the last low, or even 385 actually. Okay, so 390 to 385. Before it bounce up a little bit, maybe all the way to here, or can it go up all the way here to test the blue line and then pull back more like this. Okay, but right now let's focus for short term. Is my coming down even more. You can see that if it does not take out 450 something, 452, 453 by this week, it will change the direction of the trend short term to go lower. Okay. in terms of pattern, I just see this bear flag. And then the support here, so there might be a chance of a bounce as well. So that is why 460 is still the target, but if it breaks down and confirm this week, it can go as low as 385. Let me see. So so in about a week it will have earning, so you never know, it might shoot up a lot or gonna come down to 385 to test. Maybe that's when it will do that. All right, thanks for watching. Please hit a like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.